Molweni online friends, and welcome to Imibuzo Eshisayo. On today's episode, sibuza umbuzo othi, is there light at the end of the load shedding tunnel for South Africans? Will South Africans ever get to a day where load shedding is a thing of the past? Now, you may be from part of the world where load shedding or blackouts are unheard of. For your benefit, let's get into the definition. Load shedding is when the demand for electricity exceeds the available supply, thus resulting in planned electricity supply interruptions. In a nutshell, that is load shedding. Now, for South Africans, load shedding is something that we know only too well. It has become part and parcel of our daily bread. It is part of our daily routine. It is something that we daily have to prepare for mentally and work around. Now, on the 20th of March, the EFF planned a national shutdown, and the people of South Africa came out in numbers to express their grievances concerning our current load shedding saga, so to put it, our current energy crisis. And during that week, the week of March the 20th, 2023, there was light. There was light. Our country was lit up, and the people of South Africa were happy for a couple of days, for a few days, until our national grid was like, actually, I cannot take this, and we were back to the dark ages. Now, you may be asking yourself, when did load shedding start? Load shedding first hit South Africa in November 2007 because the country failed to build new power stations to keep up with economic growth and replace the aging infrastructure. Now, South Africa is not the only country that is still in the dark ages. Other countries that daily face blackouts or load shedding are Zimbabwe, Libya, Zambia, Lebanon, and India, just to name a few. What are the causes of load shedding in South Africa? Let's do a little bit of a back story. Let's go back in time. The government was informed back in 1998 that they should take action to secure the country's electricity supply. In 1998, the Department of Energy and Minerals said that Eskom's generation capacity supply will be fully used up by 2007. This was ignored, and as predicted, South Africa ran out of energy in 2007 and had to implement load shedding. What are the other causes? Let's look at 5 causes. Old or aging infrastructure. Poor planning by our government is the second one. Skill shortage at Eskom is the third one. Theft, cable theft is the fourth one. And the fifth and final one is lack of funding to build new and fully functioning power stations. Now let us move on to how load shedding takes its toll on our mental wellness. Well, for me personally, whenever we're about to be load shed in the area that I live in, I panic. I think to myself, do I have everything ready? Are all the devices charged up? Is there food that is warmed up so that the kids can be able to eat? I really panic. I struggle. I panic, especially in winter. I find that in winter I struggle much more than other seasons because it's cold. You want to be comfortable, and so I panic about everything concerning load shedding. And working online, oh my goodness, that's tough. That's really, really tough if you don't have, like the backup stuff, UPS, inverters and things like that, it becomes tough to work online during load shedding. And so I panic and I get anxious, frustrated as well, you know. But when it got worse, I had to kind of give myself a pep talk and say, this is not the way to go about it. You don't have control over load shedding, but you can play your part to manage around this difficult situation, this frustrating situation better. I stopped looking at the schedule. I really had to stop because I panicked a lot, and I just had to plan my day around it. Wake up a little bit early just to meet the deadlines, and do what I can. Sleep late, wake up early, just to get as much as I can possible, in terms of working online, and plan my day around it, because I don't have control over it and it doesn't help to fret about it. Please share with me in the comment section, how has load shedding taken its toll on your mental wellness? Now let's move on to the tips. I'll be sharing a few tips here with you. How do we keep our homes lit up during load shedding? I know that candles are affordable, the most affordable option, but they are not the safest option, especially if you have kids. So what can we use to light up our homes? The LED lights are your best options. Buy whatever it is that you can afford. There are also the rechargeable light bulbs. The next one for cooking, the botchi pot, the three-legged pots, imbiza isiXhosa. We need to go back to the old ways and learn how to cook outside, with the botchi pots. And yeah, if you can, maybe invest in a gas stove. There's also the solar oven, but I need to do a little bit more research on that, and then I'll come back, and share with you how that works, where you can buy it, etc. Paraffin stoves, but they're not the safest as well, but whatever it is that you can, use what you have, use what you can, just to make things a little bit easy for yourself during these dark days. Invest in a power surge for your devices, and then if you have the money, you have the means, inverter is a new kid on the block. There's the generator and then the solar panels, but the inverter, the solar panels, and the generator are not cheap, and so for many South Africans, you'd have to save up in order to be able to buy these. Maybe have a group of friends or neighbors where you come together, and let's say, you put money aside. Let's say there's 10 of you, you buy an inverter for one, and then the next couple of months you buy an inverter for the other. Whatever works though, whatever works for you. But these are hard times, and so we have to also play our part to ease the burden on ourselves while we wait for the government to come up with a permanent solution. We don't know, the wait might be long, and so we have to just do what works for us in the meantime. Please share with me, what are your tips for load shedding? Even if you're not from South Africa, what devices do you use to better manage when the lights are out, when the power is out? And I hope that you found some of these tips helpful. Until next time, stay fabulous, online friends.